Good evening, everyone. There's a slight change to Tier 4, but it is still the Breakout Racing League. My name is T. Leclerc, filling in for Fetis, and I'm joined by the official co-commentator for Tier 4, Dom the Noodle. Dom, welcome to the stream. How are we feeling about tonight's race?
Very excited, mate, with the Drivers' Championship looking the way it is and the Constructors looking the way it is. This could be a fiery event.
Okay, so you say that. Why don't you take us through them standings with the driver's standings? I hear there's only about 10 points in it.
Yeah, there's only 10 points between Broken Reptile and Mitchie at the moment. Mitchie is currently leading in the AlphaTauri with 117 points, and Reptile has got 107. A little bit further down is Wiffy Winner. He is on 25-point gap to Mitchie with 92 points. So if both Mitchie and Reptile crash out tonight, Wiffy wins with the fastest lap. He could go top. If I drop into the Constructors' Championships, there's only 5 points between Mercedes and McLaren. So a good run here from the Mercedes drivers could keep them top, but a good run here from the McLaren drivers could see them take the lead.
So, very tight in both championships then. Obviously, this is my first Tier 4 experience. Who are the drivers to look out for as we have a Haas on its way out?
I don't want to be the typical kind of guy that goes, oh yeah, the top three. But the top three for sure, Mitchie, Reptile, and Wiffy. Mr. Titan is a good one to watch out for in the McLaren, and I'd say keep an eye out on Fluky 4. Good run last week, and hopefully he can keep it. If I'm not mistaken, he got a podium. He did. So yeah, keep an eye out on Fluky because he could really upset the grid a little bit tonight.
You say keep an eye out for Wiffy and Fluky. They are not here, so this could be crucial for the championship. Obviously, there's still a long way to go. I'm in round 11 of 17, but we are in the Ardennes Forest here in Belgium. It is Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps and Wilcox 707, the lead car out on track at the moment for the Haas F1 team. When he approaches the start-finish line, I will hand over to yourself, Tom. No, we're not. We're going to go on board with a Red Bull instead. That would be Frizy?
Yeah, Frizy.
I don't know. Frizy. So yeah, we'll jump on board with Frizy, and he is on the medium tyre, so we will let yourself, Tom, take us on a lap of this incredibly historic Formula One circuit.
Yeah, historic it is. It's seen some really great battles over the years, and it's quite enjoyable. Obviously, the lap starts at the end of the bus stop chicane. As typical DRS on the main straight. Hard braking into turn one, taking it as tight as possible. Basically just then flat out down here, past the pit exit, past the endurance pit exit too, flat out up Eau Rouge, out of Radion, onto the Kemmel straight. Again, flat out DRS zone, really long DRS zone. You can see a lot of battles taking place here. Not so much up Eau Rouge to Radion, but a lot of battles here because it's DRS all the way in. You know what, I forgot the name of these corners, but it's right, left, right, and the track limits here can be quite tight, so you've got to really be careful putting the power down. Long right-hander down, so this sector here is basically all downhill, which allows for the cars to really pick up the pace a little bit, but it's also quite scary because rumble strips again can be quite tight, can take a bit of speed, lifting off down yeah, there's a really deadly curve on the left on the inside, both of them to be precise. Again, gears 4, 5 and 6 for the remainder of the sector there, and then it's pretty much flat out into bus stop. As you could probably hit about 205 on this straight if you use your car correctly. on the soft compound anyway. Bus stop is quite a tight chicane for F1. You're hard on the brakes, right, left, really slow, back to DRS, across the grid, across the line for a 1:45.4 as Williker goes on a 1:43.3 and Titan pulls in a 1:42.6.
So yeah, an incredible lap. Jump on board with Mitchie, who goes for a 43.6 on the medium. That is the fastest time that we have seen so far from the championship leader. Let's jump on board with his teammate, who jumps him actually by just over a tenth of a second. So a good showing from the AlphaTauri team in the early stages of this qualifying session. Groggy now on the softs across the line, only P5, it could only be a banker lap. I'm sure he will find some more time.
Yeah, for sure.
You mentioned Square, he goes P7, sorry Dom. There's a lot of times coming in.
Yeah.
Clips goes P2.
You mentioned there was a strong showing from the AlphaTauri drivers, and they've started to pick up form quite a bit recently. I mean, they're only 47 points from Mercedes and 42 from McLaren, so you know, a good result here could really start to change the balance of the constructors' title. Obviously, if Mitchie gets a good result here, he retains his P1 in the drivers, but yeah, so keep an eye out for the AlphaTauri drivers. They could be looking at bringing in a good few points for the constructors tonight.
It's a 30.020 for Raptor in the Scarlet Red Ferrari. It did say purple sector 1, so let's see what he can do in that Ferrari. It's looking very smooth at the moment. Through No Name, 5th gear. Keep it within the track limits, which he does nicely. Now it's absolutely flat out. To go on slight comfort lift down to 7. He's got a bit of traffic ahead of him. That is Clips in the racing point, so hopefully Raptor will be asking him to get out of the way, or will be on the radio to the stewards. But he will get a nice tow out of Stavilo 2, maybe not, it's purple sector 2 though. Another run down towards Blanchimont. As we said earlier, Dom, it is flat out, easy flat in these cars. Of course it is dry in qualifying, we don't know about the race. Braking just off of the 100-metre board on the soft compound tyres. Round the final by the bus stop, narrow line to the line, it's a 1:42.8. A couple of tenths separating the top 3 at the moment, which is currently led by Titan now. Reptile just jumped on board of him. Let's see where he goes. He only goes P9 on the medium there, second fastest medium runner.
Your next driver would be Ron Swanson in the Ferrari. He's just about to go down the hill in sector 2.
Very, very tricky hairpin this.
Oh, too easy to lock up, yeah.
It's extremely comfortable for these cars. 7th gear, 192 miles an hour going into P1. He's kept it in 8th. Oh, words are eluding me right now, but he's managed to keep it out the wall. You mentioned about that inside curve at P1, and I think he took too much of it.
Yeah, it's
for Ron.
It's one of many on the calendar that can be quite deadly. And it's weird because with the right setup, I mean, like you saw there, you can keep it out of the wall and keep the car alive, and you can just carry on, redo your lap. I think Fry's just actually killed the car.
Well, we're going to see his car. It's on the Camel Straight. Oh my goodness.
That's a late place to lose it.
It is. Now on board with Limit, going into the Les Combes chicane. That's the corner you couldn't remember.
That's the one.
Very, very nice through there from the Mercedes driver, car number 27. If only that could have happened if Lewis Hamilton didn't move. But through No Name, down to 4th, interestingly, on the soft tyres, so he wants that extra rotation for the corner. Now Pouon, comfort lift into 7th. reaching 197 miles an hour before a medium speed chicane. And towards Stavolo, let's see what his split time is. It's a little wide into Stavolo 1. It's a 1:14.003. Supposed purple for sector 2. What can the Mercedes driver do? Easy flat in these conditions for sure. Just after the 100-metre board. Got it stopped very nicely there. Now on the power for the run to the line. It's a 42.2.
Oh, good God.
Of a second. And what an incredible showing from No Limit there. You could say he was on the limit.
Well, he clearly had no limit for that one. Just sent it, I suppose. That's all you can say, really. I think we've got one driver left to set a lap. That would be Rob Swanson. That would make sense, seeing as he lost it round 2 on. Pretty easy to do, to be fair. Now let's see if this Merc gives him a
tow. Sorry to interrupt them. Wilker is nearly 2 tenths up. Done purple sector 1, exiting the Lake on chicane now. Into that tricky right-hander hairpin. No name. He's using 4th as well, so the same as No Limit there. On the edge of track limits there was Wilker, but he's absolutely flying through sector 2 at the moment.
Is it me, or did we just have a late joiner of Fluky 4?
We did have a late joiner of Fluky 4. 6 minutes 50 to go. It's a purple sector 2. He's nearly 4 tenths up. Let's see where his lap will put him. Through Blanchimon, nice and tight. Jump on board with the Haas driver. Oh, late on the brake there, braking later than everyone else it seemed. Extremely nice exit. Tight line, and it's only P5 with a 42.955.
Yeah, also, I've just had confirmation from Titan. According to the current trajectory, the race is to be dry all the way through.
Okay. So a dry race here in Belgium, and if you watched Tier 3 earlier, it still produced a cracking fight.
Oh, it did. I mean, I got to give credit to yourself. I mean, what a recovery drive that was. I don't quite know what happened to the car on the first few laps, but it kind of just died on you and sent you into the wall. And then after that, it was just
for sure.
Yeah, it was just a recovery drive from there, and it was a great recovery. Definitely into the higher points. However, that does mean that 2 of the non-realistic races have been dry. That means as it gets ever closer to the Tier 6 race, it could get very, very wet. Because let's be honest, there's 6 tiers plus a realistic. One of them has to be wet, right?
There's also F2, don't forget F2.
Oh, and the F2 race, so yeah, so one of them has to be wet, surely.
This man right here in the AlphaTauri, Mitch 712, has climbed his way up the leaderboard to P4 with a 42.662, and as we saw earlier, clipped 29 in the Racing Point. 42.3, so track evolution is extremely high right now. Let's jump on board with Ron as he's invalidated his medium run. He's going to dive into the pits, I assume, for a set of softs. 3P4 is out on track on the mediums. Now that is a bold call. 14 drivers.
Yeah, it's hard to think as to why. I mean, he might. I don't even think he doesn't even have time to do a quick out lap. So he is really banking on this lap being quick. I mean, he's a really good driver. He got P3 last week. I mean, Groggy, who got P1, is currently sat in 7th. So we'll see what his lap time is like here. He seems very much in control of that car, but he does also seem like he's not quite pushing it past its limit right now, because of some reason. I'm almost certain he's not on a lap. I'm pretty sure this is an outlap.
Yeah, this is an outlap, and he somehow managed to cop Raikkonen's number. He has the car. He has car number 7, so that's because he's joined late, of course. But he will be essentially running as Kimi Raikkonen for this race.
Yeah, he's also got no hands.
See. Let's not ride on board with him then. We'll stay in the broadcast cam. Let's see what Fluky Flower can do in that Alfa Romeo. And
maybe nothing.
Well, that is some impact.
How is the car
unfortunately for him, that is qualifying over.
Yeah, that's...
Reptile is on a lap, coming down
Ron Swanson's also
the hill.
Outlap.
Through Puon. Oh, well held. Extremely well held by the McLaren driver of Broken Reptile there. He has backed out a bit. He may be going again.
I mean, if he races around, he might just have enough time to get in and out.
Ooh,
He'd have to cut some corners, but yeah, he might have to cut some corners, but it's possibly doable. Obviously, cutting corners is slightly frowned upon by most drivers, but some people do it anyway. He's also rather slow.
Oregano has invalidated his lap. He should have enough time to get back around, but we'll jump on board with Raptor. As I jump on board, he sets a purple sector 1. So let's see what the Ferrari driver can do.
Reptile is going again.
So we'll keep an eye on that, but we are on board with Raptor at the moment as Ron Swanson finally starts a lap. Let's hope he doesn't invalidate. We are watching his teammate at the moment as he exits Puon. Oh, he somehow hasn't invalidated that, so he's done very well there. 32 thousandths of a second up, it's not purple. This will keep him P5, I think. Anyway.
Ron Swanson hasn't set a purple sector 1, but we all know what sector 2 can be like for some drivers.
Have a look at Raptor. He does improve, but only just. 7 thousandths of a second. Stays P5. He will jump on board with
Ron seems to be having a bit of a struggle with the car. It seems to be a bit twitchy on the back end and not very comfortable for him. So we'll see what his lap time produces, and that'll tell us whether or not he's comfortable, because he's shown he's a capable driver for sure. But whether or not that reflects in today's race, because let's be honest, every driver has their track, and every track has their driver. And if this track just doesn't like him, it's nothing against him.
It's P4. 42.602. Just hitting Titan there. And Square has finished, but Walker is on a lap. Doesn't improve. Stays P9. Next up is Snags in the Mercedes, and then followed by Limit. What can Snags do? It's P4 currently. What about Limit? It's a 42.0 from the Mercedes driver, and Groggy is about to cross the line. He improves to P8. Mr. Titan up next. He's derated already. DRS open. There's a 42.6 just off of his best time.
Mitch is
712.
next.
slightly up, just under a tenth up. Nice final corner.
P3.
P3.
That's a great improvement.
394. Extremely close at the
And
moment.
Clips does not improve. In fact, he does improve, but not his position. So with that being said, then, how surprised would you be to see everyone outside the top 10 do a alternate strategy, medium soft?
Yeah, that's the way to go, isn't it? That's the plan anyway. Like, if you're P11 like Mitchie is, then he's in prime position here to start on them medium tyres and take them to about 14, 15 and chuck a set of brand new soft tyres on. But let's run you through the grid then. No limit in the Mercedes with a 142.026. Takes pole position here at Spa-Francorchamps, followed closely by Clips 29. Mitch 712 for AlphaTauri P3. Broken Reptile is P4. Chunky Snags for Mercedes P5. Ron Swanson in Ferrari P6. Mr. Titan just behind in the McLaren, as well as Groggy Oregano 16 for Renault. P9 in the Ferrari is Incan Raptor. And I took too long.
I think it was Mitchie P10.
Mitchie was P11.
So, then couldn't tell you.
We'll find out now on the race director. P10 was Wilker 707 for Haas. P11, as I've just said, was Mitchie 950 for AlphaTauri. Frizy 92 for Red Bull. P12. Behind him is the second Haas driver of Square and Fluky Flower. I thought it was Flower. Oh, what? Oh, words. Wow.
it really does mess with your head.
Yeah. Fluky 4 for Alfa Romeo is bringing up the rear here, and it's probably not the worst position because we know what Turn 1 at Belgium can be like.
Well, Turn 1 at any track can be like.
Already. So, Whiffy in the chat says, so wish I would have been here, fellas. Watching from work. Give me something damn entertaining, eh? That is such a Canadian thing to say, eh? Yeah, hopefully
really
we have a extremely fun race for you, Whiffy. Unfortunately, you're not here, but real life does come first.
Yeah,
so,
real
supposedly
life.
A dry race, but this is Spa in the Ardennes Forest, and it's known for its, what can we say, wild weather.
So my predicted pit stop strategy, and I know this is an easy soft medium, because I've done it soft medium before, but it's come up with a soft to hard for the front runners, and I'm not sure why. It suggested either a soft hard or a soft medium. Who's gonna do a two-stop here?
Anyone with brain wouldn't.
100%.
Safety car.
Oh yeah.
Sort of tier 3. Not 2 hours
Not too
ago,
long.
we did
Yeah.
a safety car relatively late on.
Talking about safety cars and tyre strategies, you said about Mitchie taking the alternate strategy, and it's working for both him and Frizy by the looks of it. Both of them on the medium compound to start, Square and Fluky 4 both on the softs beneath them, so it's softs for the top 10 who qualified on that tyre, and then the chosen tyre for P11 to P14 is then medium, soft, so I mean...
It's an interesting strategy from Square and Fluky. Are they hoping to get a mega start, make up the positions early, and then hope for a safety car? Because that's the one thing that could ruin Frizy and Mitchie is an extremely early safety car.
Yeah, unless they go to the medium, unless they go to the hards, because it would have to be that early. I mean, it should be okay. I mean, I understand why they've done it. The softer tyre on the heavier load allows you to be just as quick as a slower tyre on a lighter load. Fuel that is. So I can see why they've done it, but I mean, with the medium runners at the front being on the slower tyre for the slower load and the faster tyre for the lighter load, that could change everything. I mean, you saw, you commentated on, for that matter, my audacious was it hard medium strategy that I done at Hungaroring?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, hard medium strategy, the only person on the grid to do so. And that worked out well for me because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the fastest driver in that grid by far, and still managed to net myself P4. So, was it P4? No, P4.
Yeah, you qualified P4, finished P4.
Yeah. So I mean, it works. The ultimate strategy does work, permitting you stay out of traffic in your pit stop.
Absolutely, come on Codemasters, give me a good camera angle for the start of this race. Limit on pole for Mercedes, and we are currently waiting for... there we go.
P2.
5 red lights. It's lights out, and away we go. Limit gets a good start, and so does Clips. No real changes into turn 1. There's an Alpha Tauri of Mitch 712. There's debris flying all over the back, and there's a slow pass at the end. And
I will find out who has that damage.
With Ron and Titan going up and then shooting back on. Ron's had to miss the top of the hill. And Titan is past the Ferrari. But he's still there. What's going to happen until the Belgian chicane? I don't have this many eyes. And Titan manages to outbrake him, so an incredible start from Titan there. Predictive pit stop strategy between lap 8 and 9 for the medium cars, for the ones between lap 7 and 9 for the hards. Now Titan is having a very, very good start to this race. But Mitch is looking quick here. Half a second behind Clips, 29 in that racing point. Let's see what he can do on this open lap, or let's see if he can keep it off of that curb. Then there is a 3-second time penalty for Raptor, who hasn't had the greatest start, it must be said.
Yeah, he's the one with the damage. I've been looking for about the past 20 odd seconds to find who had that damage. Yeah, it's Raptor. This explains the possible understeer. His teammate, however, has just been found in the wall, as well, so possible damage there too. So yeah, a lot of understeer could have caused that, the track limits, etc. It's a bit of a shame really, because it's the last thing you want to go out on. However, the biggest winners of, the biggest gainers so far, that is wrong. Mr. Titan is not first. Mitchie has gained 3 places, and Ron Swanson has dropped 5, so that's your biggest winner and your biggest loser so far.
Yeah, so Mitchie's had a great start.
Yeah, Mitchie's had a really good start.
And that is square out. That's in the pit lane, so it shouldn't really affect anyone too much. Mitchie's had a great start on the medium tyres. He's challenging Groggy in that Renault for P7.
And not just that, they
have to keep the penalties to a minimum, because they will come back to haunt you, especially if there's a late safety car.
Oh yeah, it's just, I mean, I say it a lot in, no matter what commentary I'm doing, no matter where I'm doing it, no matter, you know, what league it's for, but you keep out of the penalties, you're bound to jump positions. I done so at Hungary, I done so at, I believe it was Silverstone as well. I think you jumped a position as well due to a penalty, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong. Tonight. So yeah, you keep it out of the penalty zone, and you could jump 2, 3, 4, 5, even 6 positions maybe if it ends that close.
Absolutely. We're back on board with Mr. Titan, because it's 0.3 of a second going into Blanchimont between himself and Chunky Snags in that Mercedes. Is he going to make the move down the inside into the bus stop, late on the brakes? Oh, that was incredibly close. He's got the better grip from the outside line though. What an incredible move from the McLaren driver. DRS has never been enabled. Last lap was lying to you guys. So, it is a McLaren 4-5 at the moment, and this is doing wonders for their Constructors' Championship. And Fluky
has...
4 is out. That is, believe it or not, where I lost it.
Yeah, give or take a little bit. That's why I'm upset because, I mean, he finished P3 last week, and the last thing you want to do is go from podium to not even finishing.
And this is what Mitchie didn't want. Sorry to butt in then. I mean, it is a safety car. I had to pause it there to get the safety car up into the top left corner there, because Codemasters is just, oh, no words. But a safety car is out. Now, what do you do if you're on them soft tyres? Because 10 of the 12 races we have there are on there. And before you answer that, what a fall from grace that two Ferraris have had. P10 and P11 currently. Both have... No, one has damage.
Yes.
Left end plate damage, or Raptor. So if I was Raptor, I'd come in, stick the centre halves on, get the wing changed, and a bit like me earlier this evening, hope for another safety car.
You could do, or you could jump in, grab a set of mediums, take your time regaining up to the safety car, hold out as long as possible and make sure that, you know, you cause that safety car to stay out for a few extra laps. Gaining the time, you've got a fresh set of mediums on, take them to the end. It's doable, but only just, I mean, you'd be losing time in the last couple of laps.
Okay, so, sorry to butt in once again, Limit has stayed out, Clipped, Mitch, Reptile, and Titan
Everyone.
will come in.
Everyone has come in.
That's not good.
Everyone except the
Frizy.
So, No Limit and Frizy are the only two people to stay out. Everyone else is going hard.
Clips on the hard, Mitch on the mediums, Reptile on the mediums. Oh, Wilker has been held up massively there.
Raptor too, but to be fair, like you said, it's a safety car. Abuse it. For sure. Definitely use it and abuse it. It's there to... I've had this argument with someone before, it's there to make sure you're safe. It's there to make sure that other drivers do not get caused in, like, pulled up into a collision due to the removal of another vehicle in a dangerous area or a spot in which the crane has to move across the track. So, yeah, it very much is... I have got a message from Skeppy.
So that is a bold call from Limit to stay out on them softs.
Can do, Mr. Skeppy.
Whiffy has said that Titan... yeah, I will do that just now.
Thank you.
Right, hopefully that is a bit better for you, Skeppy. If it's not, I will... Oh, 5-second penalty for Snags there. Very severe collision.
Yes, he's also under safety car. He is also under safety car, so this is where he could be cheap, because if he pits now, he's going to hold the safety car for a little bit longer, right? He could put the mediums on and probably go to the end.
No worries, Skep. Yeah, I've lowered it back down to what my original settings were, so...
Talking.
If it ends up being too loud, I'll actually turn it down in game.
No problem, Skeppy.
But
I got you, bro. I got you.
Whiffy says, didn't mean half the field, lol, but can say that Mitchie, this is yours to lose, bro. Don't bottle it. Oh, what's... Oh, no!
Oh no!
Bryce has just been disqualified, but I don't know why. There is a lot of 5-second penalties just popped up there before the race time. which
Yeah, let's see what they are. I'm going to film the restart to see what they are, because some of that does not make sense. So, since the safety car came out, we've had a couple. We had a warning glitch for exceeding, crossing the pit lane exit white line, then exceeding track limits. A 5-second penalty for Titan, Snags, and Mitch, who all had severe collisions.
Titan has boxed, so he's got rid of his 5 seconds now, and he's on mediums. That's a long way to go. I'm looking at Broken Reptile, and all I could see was that Daniel Ricciardo-styled helmet in that McLaren, and I must say, it certainly stands out.
Yeah, it does. And yeah, so Fridays you got a disqualification for blocking the pit lane, and Mitchie had a 5-second time penalty for a collision with Willock.
So, Mitch has gone on to the hards, which he was, I believe, on mediums. So, he's got rid of his 5-second penalty now.
Yeah, Mitchie might need to do
Everyone
something
apart
as
from
well.
Limit. Yeah, everyone apart from Limit. And
Limit's
maybe
doing what I got,
Reptile
still
and
the
Titan. And the safety car is in this lap.
Hoping for another safety car, some of these boys then.
Absolutely.
And I could probably tell you who those people will be. Titan, Mitchie, possibly Snags, Reptile, and Limit.
So, Limit needs to get this safety car restart time to perfection. He's backing the pack up into Blanchimont. 24 viewers here for Tier 4. Thank you all for joining in. Hope the racing has been good so far. And Limit has gone, but he hasn't really. Raptor's got a 5-second penalty now. He hasn't really caught out Reptile. Straight onto it.
He had to get the second.
Clean flag. And the one-stop strategy is, for the pit window, is now open. It's 1.3 seconds the gap. But you've got to think, he's been weaving on those tyres, he was weaving on the formation lap, weaving on the safety car. They're probably screaming at the moment.
Yeah, because you're talking about weather and how it can rain quite easily there. It can also get really, really hot, so I wouldn't be surprised if his tyres
And
are
Snags. Nice overtake from the racing point driver there. Finds himself back into P4, and you have to say, at the moment, Clips is looking very, very good here. He is net P... I want to say net P2, because I feel Reptile will have to pit again. If he can get them mediums to the end, then I'll actually stand up and applaud him. But as Panthers just said in the chat, mediums won't go to the end, will they? Spa is a funny one though.
If he's got a setup that allows him to control his tyre weight really, really well, he could take him to the end. If he's got a setup that's based purely on power and pace, he might get caught up. That's just how it is. However, I think Limit has caught himself out here because he's done what I've done as well. He stayed out to control the safety car. He's gained a little bit of time, but I mean, was it worth
Losing
it?
the time again. Here comes Mitchie on Snags, maybe into the bus chicane. No, thinks better of it, but oh, what an incredible move! What an incredible move from Mitchie that was.
So
That's
still
a
we've
driver
got
up
things to
into
mediums
the
can't go to the end. Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be interesting.
there. Mediums don't last 8 laps, and that's a interesting name, it must be said. Two Ferraris, line astern in P8 and P9. Raptor on the back of Wilco though, using quite a lot of his energy. Raptor all over the back of Wilker. This is the battle for P7 now. The two Ferraris hoping to come back into this race.
No, the mediums do more than 8 laps. I can tell you that for a fact. This is a soft to medium track. I've done soft medium here. You just done a soft medium. Well, you were gonna do a soft to medium here. I done a soft medium in practice for this. Yeah, the softs will do. The softs will do 8 laps. Probably 9 if he's got a stainer.
Yeah, so we are on board with the battle for P7 right now, and Mitch has just retired. That is again where I lost it, out of Stavolo 2, and is that another safety car? It's a virtual safety car, and crucially, Limit was not able to pit. The pit window is open now. Now, that's very interesting. DRS is enabled. We have a green flag again. And to be brutally honest, Limit hasn't had a great Rouge Radion sequence. And now look at Reptile. 0.4 of a second into the Lecom chicane. This is the battle for the lead. Currently Reptile is net P1. And looking at the gap behind him.
So there's a lot of talking chat about the tyres here. And I've commentated on some of the fastest guys on the game. I mean, I've watched people take a soft medium strategy at Bahrain. It's just worked for them, only just. But I mean, this is I've done soft to medium here on Sunday just for. You've done soft to medium here Sunday just for you, but I mean, had safety car incidents not arisen, I think you'd have gone soft medium here as well. So it's very, very, very easy on this soft medium. Because when you look at it, No Limit has been on these softs for 7 laps, plus his now about to be 8 laps. So that's 8 laps plus 3 laps for quality. So that's 11 laps. If it goes again, that'll be 12, but that could be pushing the limit.
So the battle for 4th is hotting up. I say 4th, it's also the battle for 3rd. You got Clips, Groggy and Mitchie. All within DRS range of each other, and I think Snags has just missed out, has he? Right on board with the Mercedes driver. He's just missed out on DRS. Wilker will have DRS. Mitchie hasn't really got the energy to go for the overtake on the Renault driver. Half a second, and them softs are probably feeling it now. We're right on board with the race leader for the time being. See if we can see any of that abrasion, and yes, we can. Look at that front left. It is peeling away from the inside out.
Yeah, it's not just the front left. If you take a look backwards, you might just be able to see it on your cam. But there are
if you look at those rears,
on those rears.
And if I was in that Mercedes, is it the first car? It is. I would be screaming Bono right now. Look at them rear tyres. And I'd have to suggest...
Limit. Look at those tyres.
What's happened to Groggy then? We were too focused on the tyres of that Mercedes. What is Limit going to do? Look how close he is now as he does dive into the pits, which makes Reptile inherit the lead.
Yeah, and quite a few of these boys, if not all of these boys, are going to pass him now. It's just how it is in Formula 1. Actually, that was a pretty quick stop. However, he will probably, he still loses his position. However, fresh mediums to the end. This This could still be a decent amount of points if he doesn't Tokyo drift it out of the...
Raptor's got an incredible run here. He's got the energy, but the overtake button is on that Haas, and he stays ahead for the time being. Titan is in P7 on the mediums.
Yeah, it's a great move going on the softs if he can pull off the pace. If he thinks he's got the pace, which he did in qualifying, so surely he's got it in the race as well. And he has closed that gap significantly between himself and Rocky already. He's with 6 tenths closing the gap. Because he came out about 5 seconds behind. And he's already gained a second almost. So, yeah, this might have worked for him.
So, Addicted to Panties in the chat is apparently Jarno Opmeer. Even though Jarno Opmeer lives in the Netherlands, and in the Netherlands it is currently 4:47 AM, so I doubt Jarno Opmeer is up right now. But anyway, Raptor 4 tenths of a second behind Wilker. Wilker 8 tenths of a second behind Snags, and Titan is coming into this battle as well.
Yeah, not just that, I mean, isn't Jarno Opmeer's Twitch account Jarno Opmeer?
It is, and Jarno Opmeer is a racing driver, and he will know that the softs, that the mediums can go more than 8 laps. But anyway, back to the league racing here. Wilker is trying to close in on Snags, and obviously Wilker doesn't have a penalty as of yet. Very smooth up the hill.
So I'd like to bring your attention to the previous race leader, who's now gained 2 seconds in a lap on Rocky. Give or take. Obviously, Rocky's got DRS, so it'll build all the way on the straights a little bit. So it's all down to the limit to make it up in the corners, which he seems to be doing. I need to give this man a message and ask him what his setup is, because I need that setup. Yeah, I agree, Panther. This is madness, and if he can
let's change the interval to the leader. He's only 15.5 seconds off of the leader, and he's on extremely fresh mediums. It's now 2.2 seconds.
So 3 seconds in 2 laps, or a lap and a half, because he's not even out of sector 2 yet.
I'm just going to say thank you, Skeppy, because if you weren't going to do it, I was.
Yeah.
This is an interesting fight here, as Titan is trying to close in on Raptor, who's just on the limit of DRS range. I think he's got it for the time being. But there's an interesting fight here for P4 currently. 5 cars, you could say. Snags, Walker, Raptor, Titan, and then maybe... And
no limits,
look at that, 145.9.
Oh, if that was the soft slap, you could guarantee you'd have about 2 seconds of that.
Yes, he's already found 2 temps just out of the source through a Rouge and Radion.
See, I would get confused with that because it looks like there's like 3 or 4 turns today. So I've struggled to remember which one's a Rouge and which one's Radion, because obviously the left hand
there's 3 turns. Right at the bottom is a Rouge, so the first left is a Rouge, and the rest is Radion.
Oh, so it's a Radion chicane in theory.
Groggy! Oh, that was very close to the... Oh, it's a little love tap on Ron Swanson. That's giving limit even more. Look at that now, it's 1 second. That's DRS range now for limit.
Skeppy, I would like to point out that no limit in about 2 or 3 laps has gained 5 seconds on the rest of the field. Yeah, it's working to your He is on the back of Groggy, and he could actually take him, if not this lap, I'd say before sector 2 of the next.
Right on board with limit for now. If I was him, I'd be saving some fuel and some battery here, because he'll have the DRS. He's on the quicker tyre. Don't need to go for any sketchy moves. I couldn't think of the word then, but Goonie reckons Limit has it in the pocket. He is extremely quick on these tyres, and he's putting Groggy under a lot of pressure. There's 2 lockups there from Groggy, and crucially for Limit, he's going to have the double toe going down the Kemmel straight. Hopefully the dirty air doesn't really play effect, and it doesn't through the Rouge and Radion.
I love how well the dirty air is stimulated in this game. It's fantastic. I mean, the amount of times I've been caught by it, it's frustrating, it really is, but it's great.
Groggy and Ron side by side through. They come.
This is going to be upsetting for the No Limit here, because he's going to struggle to get through. Groggy's really locking up, he's really pushing that car. He's pushed Ron wide, and No Limit's getting position from it too, so, I mean, thank you, Groggy. You said the gap to the leader was 15 seconds. It has now dropped to 16.2, but he has been stuck in traffic. He needs, I agree, Panther, he needs to get past quickly. Otherwise he is...
Should be relatively easy on Groggy here. He's putting him under a hell of amount of pressure. And I'm not a Lewis fan, and I know yourself, Dom, you're not a Lewis fan, but this is a very Lewis Hamilton drive right now from the Mercedes driver. He's literally pushing him on the way to brush him on.
Actually, you know what this drive reminds me of? Alex Albon in his first season.
God! This is so close.
He's going to go on the outside. Actually, he's on the outside, then the inside.
Yeah,
that's
the
a
grip
really
difference is insane.
And he's
very
passed.
good overtake. So this battle for 4th is still ridiculously close. You've got Snagged, Walker, Raptor and Titan, and then 4 seconds back is Limit. Can he do it? Groggy picks up a 3-second penalty.
But it's also on his gearbox, so there could be a pass here. Unless...
Groggy's not going for a move.
No. I mean, to be fair, No Limit has made that car all evening look really thin when he needs it to be thin, and then really, really wide when he needs to bend, and it has been another different class.
That is different. Is a class above the rest of the field at the moment. 3.9 seconds to the car ahead, which is Mr. Titan in the McLaren. As Skeffy said, that was a great move. When this stream's finished, guys, someone please go back through lap 13 at the bus stop and clip that for me, please. That deserves to be submitted for Overtake of the Week.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I know he's P8, but this has to be driver of the week, unless I can pull off something.
You're blowing your own trumpet there a bit, mate. Well, you have me as an engineer, so you don't know. Anything's possible.
Oh yeah, for sure. But no, you said this is a really Lewis Hamilton drive, but I mean, remember Alex Albon at this exact track in his first half of the season at Red Bull?
Yeah.
Where he regained several positions.
Oh no! Titan's lost it! On the exit of La Source, Limit.
The yellow flag.
P7. Yeah, it was Titan. And Ron Swanson is in the pits, serving his stop-go by the looks of things.
Did he have a stop-go?
Well, he's in the pit lane and he's not moving. Migrating her. Oh, he's gone.
Oh, Mr. Titan's left the session. Okay.
That's not good. I believe me or you were the second one in. I'm hoping it's you, because I'm streaming.
It was me. It was me.
Okay, so you are now the host. Oh no! 3-second time penalty for Limit.
Well, he has been pushing that car. It was bound to happen eventually. It's upsetting to see, because I did really want him to win this race.
He's still in for a good result though. right on
Yeah,
board.
I'm
You
on
can
it.
see the Ferrari of Raptor.
Oh, it's not letting me invite him.
I'll try. Sorry guys, quick technical difficulty. We need to invite Titan back. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? There he is. Invite. No, it's not letting me invite him either.
He would have to join back, unfortunately, because neither of us can invite him for some unknown reason. Probably Cody's
If you press start and you've got him as a friend, you can press start and invite friends to game. And fastest lap, 1:45.5 for limit.
Like friends. I forgot about that. I genuinely forgot about doing it that way.
And Raptor's in a great position, but he hasn't got all the energy
No,
he
they're
would
going
want.
faster again. I hate to be that guy, Ty, but your AI just came for me.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Really is. 2.7 seconds is the gap. There is limit. How far up this grid can he get? Wilker still only 0.6 of a second behind Limit's teammate of Chunky. Do you think Snags is holding these guys up for him?
He could be, and if he is, it's a really, really big move.
He is in Bottas's car, remember? It's 1.4 now. Where's he found that?
So
guy is
when
on
he got
another
that
level.
3-second time penalty, I believe it was out of no name. So you've got the right hand hairpin, and then you've got the left hand, the 90-degree left hand.
Run
So on the
a little
exit of that, he keeps running wide. And when he calls himself no limit, he's really pushing the track limits because unfortunately they do exist. Yeah,
He's just outside of DRS zone. He might have to use a bit of energy here to get within that 1 second margin. Doesn't look like it this time round. But I do think the Mercedes are doing tactics here, because Snags is doing a fantastic job on them hards, holding the other guys up.
So he actually, in all honesty, needs to be within a second, which he keeps bouncing in and out of,
He's on
by
the cusp.
the end of this downhill section here.
0.8 of a second. He'll have DRS.
Yeah. All Snags needs to do now is just hold him up. All he needs to do is just keep holding.
Runs Swanson with a 1:44.9. Currently in P9 on a new set of mediums. Wilker still can't get past, and he's gone a bit deep into the first part of Les Combes.
Right, he now needs to be very careful, because like I said, he has been running a little bit wide. That has caused a few issues for him. I'm not sure what traction he's running, because he seems to be really planted.
Yeah, look at the tyre age difference though.
Yeah, he is
Right
6
on board
versus
again,
12, so
once again, with the Mercedes driver of no limit. And Reptile has just checked out, really. This could be an incredible result for them here.
yeah, I'd be surprised if at this point he's not interviewing Reptile. It would take a colossal crash to cause that at this point. He's not the pressure, so
As the late, great Murray Walker once said, anything can happen in Formula 1, and it usually does.
yeah, it does. I mean, the way this game works is incredible. I love it. It's
Mercedes power versus Ferrari power here.
See,
Yeah,
this
that's
is
open
right,
for the Mercedes.
kind of weird. So you know how we've had a few conversations before about how good the Honda engine sounds on downshift. I like the scream of the Ferrari engine on acceleration.
Oh my god,
so good.
Limit, and Raptor side by side going up the Rouge and Radion, and Limit gets the move done just in time. We'll have the DRS, but Raptor has had a much better sequence of corners there. It's side by side, it's 2018 all over again! Oh no! It's not gone well for Raptor there. Unfortunately, clipped
just
the rear of Limit. And as I said, anything can happen in Formula 1, and Raptor, after getting back into this race, unfortunately,
He's straight back out of it.
he will still score points, of course.
Everyone, as long as they finish, will score points at this point.
Snags with another penalty.
Yeah, I'm
Wilco
going to check
Wilco can kind of breathe a little bit here, but look at Limit. He's basically pushing the Haas through. He's passed. He's called Longchamp.
But it is side by side, and that Haas has not got the red light on the back in comparison to that Mercedes, so he has been dumping a lot of energy. He does need to find a way to recover it. He's doing the fastest way of recovering ERS, and that's dropping down
got very close there.
Yeah, do you reckon this will be not team orders such will come to play, but do you reckon they'll sit and let him pass? Yeah.
He'll let him pass at the top of the hill, that's what I think. Because he's on much fresher tyres. Look
Actually,
how
I
much
don't think
quicker
he'll
he
leave
is.
it that late. I don't think he'll take it that early. I think he'll train him up at DRS a little bit.
Can you try inviting Titan again, please? He's just discorded me.
I can try. Whether or not it goes through is a different question. He has let him pass by the looks of things.
Right, I'll have to invite him very, very quickly. Hopefully, it works. Sorry about this, guys.
I have sent him another invite. Snags has let him past. Snags has let him past.
Yeah, Raptor's picked up another 3-second time penalty. Could limit. Oh, there's 4 laps to go. Will be 3 because Reptile has kept that 7.6 second gap. Let's give him a bit of airtime, shall we? Guys, he's had a faultless race. He's kept it clean. He's pitted early. And a 3-second time penalty for Wilco now. So all of this is full position. Yellow flag in sector 2. That is Ron Swanson at Pouon.
Yeah, so I haven't had this issue before in BRL, and obviously you'll be able to correct me because you may have had this issue. If not, someone you know may have had this issue. Unwarranted 5-second time penalties for collisions.
They do get removed.
Okay, so if mid-cheese does get removed, Limit will need to pass it. Yeah, Limit will need to pass
3 seconds.
However, if it stays right now, Limit will go P3 and keep P3. In fact, crossing the line, the penalties have been added up on track. Limit will go into that P3.
And of course we'll interview the podium sitters as they are on the game, and then of course any incidents you will submit through the Discord. Lap 20 of 22 here at Spa, and the interval has gone to pot.
Roger Raptor.
Groggy and Raptor. Another lock-up from the Renault.
That front right must be screaming at this point. In fact, I'm going to just go along with all of the cars. All of the hard runners look to be having issues with tyre wear. Limit looks like he's having some problems with tyre wear as well now, so I want to see how bad Reptile's are. Reptile
And
has to be beyond breaking point at this point.
oh, look at that front left.
Yeah,
look at the rears. And as I said earlier, the Belgian weather here at the Ardennes Forest could come into play. We are on lap 21 of 22. We are on the penultimate lap of the race. Broken Reptile 6.7, and it's stayed about that since the safety car restart, ever since he's been let go in that clean air. A faultless drive from the McLaren driver.
Look at how cautious he's being.
He knows he just has to finish.
Look how cautious he is. So cautious on that throttle. Limits past mid G2. Mitchie's got this
Mitchie
on
had
track.
an incident. He's got this on track, he does, yes, but obviously incidents will be pending.
All he has to do now
It's
is
fine
park
3 seconds.
3 seconds on Mitchie, and then find a way to grab clips and put 3 seconds on clips. Now, if clips tire die off quite quickly, it's possible they could die, or he could get a penalty, or something could happen. Again, like you said, this is F1. Anything can happen. He could take P2. He's not taking P1 unless Reptile gets 6+ with of time penalties. Well, I mean, at this point,
Look at that front left, guys. You can see the abrasion. This has got to be puncture territory. Look at the gap that's come down, what, half a second?
look at how cautious he is, though. He's barely on the throttle against that corner.
Everyone in chat needs to pray to the racing gods for Reptile right now.
However,
He's
I'm
even
gonna watch this
lifting off.
limit battle. Time 3 second time penalty for multiple warnings. We all know what that means. Stop crossing the white lines.
Absolutely. So nothing Limit can do at the moment.
I don't think Limit can do this at all. I mean, he can pass him on track, but even after that,
As Panther
I'd
said
say
in chat, yeah, Reptile's tyres must be screaming. Get them off, get some new tyres. But it's the last lap. There's only a handful of corners to go. Limit!
No
another
limit!
penalty!
he has
It's
to
still
put
an incredible
a few
drive.
tenths on Mitch now. Just a couple of tenths. It has to be something like that, right? Yeah, it's a tenth. He has to put another tenth on Mitchie. Can he do it?
But through Blanchimont comes Broken Reptile. Look at them tyres. Into the bus stop. So for BRL Tier 4, round 11, Broken Reptile wins for McLaren. Clips 29, P2, P3 goes to Mitchie, P4 for Limit. Wilker is P5. Chunky crosses the line at P6. Raptor will cross the line at P7. 5 second penalty, but Groggy will jump in. So Groggy P7, Raptor P8. Ron Swanson a long way back on the run to Blanchimont with some damage on that Ferrari by the looks of things.
Yeah, I'm going to see if the game will allow me to.
Limit missed out on a podium by 35 thousandths of a second.
I will invite
18 lap old mediums for Broken Reptile. What an incredible performance as his teammate Mr. Titan unfortunately disconnecting just after the halfway point, and it took him a while to get back into the lobby, but he's here now. He will cross the line in P10, going for that fastest lap maybe, and gets it, an extra point for McLaren.
Yeah, congratulations to Reptile, who took a set of tyres that are programmed to last 8 laps to 17. Good racing, mate. Something that you can't physically do in this game according to the coding. And according to Jano Opmir, allegedly. So yeah, I believe we have the whole grid in now. I might be wrong.
We have 2 of them. I've just invited Reptile, so we'll give him a moment to see if he comes join the party. But what an incredible race that was. Broken Reptile, Jamie, nice. wins the Belgian Grand Prix for Breakout Racing League Tier 4. Second place goes to Clips29 in the Racing Point, and only just Mitchie950 on that final step of the podium. Look how close that was between himself and No Limit. P4 is Limits, and what an incredible drive it was. We did thoroughly enjoy watching him come back through the field.
Oh
Walker
yeah, he
707.
has to be my driver of the day. He has to be my driver of the day.
Walker 707 is P5 for the Haas team. P6 goes to Chunky Snags. Groggy Oregano 16 for Renault. P7. P8 is Incan Raptor for Ferrari, followed by his teammate Ron Swanson. And rounding out the final points paying positions and our final finishing driver is Mr. Titan. Mitch 712, Frizy, Fluky 4 and Square all DNF'd. And a shout out to not Mitch, who was it? Titan for the fastest lap at the end as well, grabbing that extra point. So if I can just make sure everyone's audio is included, I will include audio for the other guys streaming as well.
Thank you.
Dom, I will let you take control of P3. So over to you, my friend.
Yeah, Mitchie, what a race. You were under a lot of pressure towards the end with No Limit. How are you feeling?
Yeah. Look, I wasn't really pushing at the end there because I was thinking of taking those 5 seconds off anyway. But with him getting that extra penalty, that helped. So so I don't have to take it to stewards. But yeah, did not expect to pay free at all. But I looked like pace in the hearts was pretty good compared to Clips, but unfortunately the 5 seconds came in that insane safety car restart. So yeah, take a P3 and tied with Reptile in the championship now. It's so fantastic.
Yeah, I mentioned before the race, I believe it was just as qualifying started. You're currently, before this race, you were 10 points ahead of Reptile. Obviously now everything's happened the way it is. It's made the rest of the season a little bit more interesting. Obviously, tyre strategy came into play a little bit different when the safety car came out, and I believe you jumped onto the hards. Was that an easy call for you to make, or did you have to kind of think about it for a bit of a lap?
Well, let's say if there was like 19 cars on the grid, I probably would have stayed on the minis, but since there was only like 12 left, I felt got to go on the hards. So yeah, pretty simple.
Well, I mean, it paid for the hards, it paid off, you got a podium. Congratulations from myself. Jamie, do you have any questions?
Just the one for yourself, Mitchie. How are you feeling going into Belgium this week?
Not good. Not one of my
That was
best
a very
tracks,
Kimi Raikkonen answer, that, buddy.
But
So.
Monza next in 2 weeks, yeah, I'm quietly confident.
Yeah, well, of course, Monza in a couple of weeks. We'll come back to all of you at the end of the podium interviews. P2 goes to Clips29 in the Racing Point team. And what an incredible drive that was from yourself. How are you feeling heading into this Belgian Grand Prix?
I'm just feeling a little nervous. It's not necessarily... I never run a 50% race on the squad before, so I actually had no idea what the strategy was or anything. Just took a time trial setup from my buddy and added a little bit more wing, and it seemed to work for me. Pit stop thing after the safety car was weird. I think I was in like third, and I was paused in AI just so I didn't hit anyone. And I unpaused, and I was in like fifth or sixth. I don't really know what happened. I wasn't paying attention, but my buddy, I kind of used him as my engineer, he told me to go into the hards, and I thought eventually at the end of the race, Reptile would be struggling. So it looked like I caught up to him by like 2 or 3 seconds the last couple of laps, but he put in a good stint on the medium, so right on for him.
Yeah, as you said, it was an incredible drive from Reptile. Did you feel you could close that gap down at any point during the race? Or was it his
around like
to throw away?
14, 15, Jeff told me that my tires were starting to go, which didn't really make sense because I was on the hards. But I figured if he was telling me that, then Reptile was probably struggling. So I tried to push for a few laps, and I noticed it came like a second faster, or I was like a second faster than him one lap, and then he just pulled away again and got back up to about 8 seconds. So there's nothing I can do, and yeah, he had good pace, so hard to keep up.
Yeah, so you mentioned earlier that this was your first 50% at Spa, and to get a P2, I bet you're over the moon right now.
Yeah, pretty stoked. After my P2 in Hungary last week in that dicey wet race, it's good to follow it up with another podium. So yeah, I'm feeling good about myself.
Yeah, well, from me, congratulations and a mega drive. Dom, anything to ask? Clips, there you go. Yep, nearly.
Yep. We spoke. Well, you spoke about your engineer, and I'm pretty sure we had a good chat the other night. Last week, sorry. But obviously, you're looking forward now to Monza. Is there going to be a lot of work required between you and him to get you prepared for that?
No, he's not really my engineer. He's just one of the guys who was just watching my Twitch stream. So I always ask my chat, "Hey, CJ, what should I do here?" So last week, obviously in Hungary, we rolled the dice and tried to stay on the wets for the whole thing, and that didn't work out. And then today's obviously the hards didn't work out. So I'm gonna have to actually put some more practice in for Monza. I know lots of guys will be sweating that track just because it's the tempo and speed. So I know lots of guys like to go fast. But yeah, no, looking forward to week off and then getting back at her.
Well, congratulations from myself, and I'm pretty sure we will be getting back to you just after P1.
Appreciate
So,
it. Thanks, guys.
we will move on to our race winner in the McLaren team. It's Broken Reptile. Welcome, and what an incredible victory. Talk us through that race.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, on the soft state, and my total dead within a lap because I had to do 2 laps on them in qualifying. So once that safety car came out, I knew I was going to pit straight away onto the mediums, and I didn't plan on going the whole way. It just happened to fall into my lap, sort of thing. Went to a point where it was no return, so I just said, I reckon I can get up to the end, and off we went. And it was just about holding that pace on that gap. That's all. It was easy at times, but then it was hard at times because they were starting to die. I think they were at about 85% at the end, so they would have been too far off from exploding. So,
Yeah.
one more lap, I would have been in trouble.
That I was hoping and praying for.
The last 2 laps, I backfired off and just tried not to.
Yeah, I noticed that on stream. You were taking it really easy. We were even looking at the abrasion on the tyres, and they did not look fun to drive on. So, rather you than me there. But
Yeah.
nonetheless, what an incredible victory. And
Cheers.
closing that gap down to Mitchie in the championship. You got
Yes.
10 points on him today. But
What are we equal, are we?
no, he
I
got
believe
15.
so, yeah.
He got 15, didn't he? So, I'm not
Yeah.
good at maths, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
extremely
no, it
close.
worked out 25-15, 10 point difference. You were 10 points behind going into this race, equal coming out of it.
Good. And how did Titan go?
He was P10 and fastest lap, so
He
an extra
disconnected
couple
or
of
something,
points
didn't he?
there. He did disconnect.
It's a shame.
It is a shame. He was on for a good result as well.
Yeah,
but
he
he shut
was.
the softs on at the end, got the fastest lap, so an extra point for the McLaren team there. Going into, how are you feeling going into Monza in 2 weeks' time?
Yeah, not too bad. I'll be here or there. I feel I'm not too bad there. It could be another interesting race there with Mitchie and Co, but we'll see how we go. Mitchie's very confident there, I know that.
So yeah, it seems like we have a battle of the Aussies for Tier 4, the Tier 4 Championship.
How boring.
Well, Whiffy, it's a shame that Whiffy couldn't be here because yeah, he's right up there.
Yeah, well, hopefully he's back in a couple of weeks because it will be one hell of a season if he is.
Well, in about a
indeed.
week.
But from me, I don't have anything apart from a massive congratulations on a very well-deserved victory. Dom, anything
Thank you,
to add?
appreciate it.
Yeah. So obviously, you the safety car came out, and No Limit stayed out. He pitted a few laps later, and I mean, surely the way he was cutting down the field, I mean, you must have seen it at some point on your like HUD on the top left.
Yeah.
Is there any point in which you thought he's gaining quite quickly? I could be in
No.
trouble here.
No. No. I was worried more about clips. There was never, yeah. I was very surprised that he stayed out in the safety car though.
Yeah. And on top of that, obviously, because my thought was, well, you on 17 lap old mediums. I mean, I watched you for a couple of laps, and your throttle input was very, very slight out of every corner. I mean, I'm not sure what assists you run, but I mean, medium traction, it might have been a bit more bearable than no traction. Were you worried that they wouldn't last at all? Like they would have gone bang, like say the start of a lap, just
Well,
past the box.
Towards the very end, I was a bit worried. Yeah, probably the last 2 laps mainly when I backed right off. But other than that, I'm usually pretty good with the tyres, so I wasn't. Yeah, it was only the last 2 laps I was getting a bit sketchy.
Well, being good with the tyres has now given me an idea if I need it. So thank you very much. I race on Tuesday morning for me, Monday night for the Americans. So
It'd be like Tuesday morning for us.
yeah, Tuesday in the morning. Well, it'll be Tuesday in the afternoon for you, give or take, but 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Good luck and get do that one stop, mate.
Oh, definitely. Thank you for a great race, and I mean, like I said, my driver of the day has to go to No Limit. Unfortunately, he cut through that field like a hot butter through knife. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
that works. Wait. Okay. Like a hot knife through butter. He was rapid, and had he have pitted a couple laps earlier, I think he really could have contended for P1. And had he have gone in on the safety car, I really think he'd have had P1. No doubt. So
Yeah, he
he
definitely
gets my
been
driver
right
of the day. If I had a second driver of the day, it would have to go to you. You pulled away on those mediums. You made them last so long.
18 laps
I
at the
mean,
end.
yeah, they lasted longer than 90% of my relationships. So congratulations to that.
Oh my god.
Love it.
But yeah, back to you.
I don't know how to wrap this up now.
Yeah, that's hard
That's
to
it.
beat.
Yeah. I will give a shout out to Mitchie starting P11 and finishing on the podium as well, so he's in contention for driver of the day. But I am going to give it to Reptile, taking their mediums 18 laps, an insane feat there. And just well done on that. But that is it for Tier 4 for a couple of weeks. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed it. Hope the racing was good enough for you. Of course,
commentating was good enough.
of course, there is a break week now, so everyone across all leagues, enjoy your week off. Don't forget to follow for more races and support the stream by subscribing. Check out the merch as well, and just enjoy your week off. Thank you all for watching, and from myself, TES Leclerc, and my co-commentator, Dom the Noodle, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Watch T1 tomorrow, please.
Watch the ball if you can.